Hello! Surely you didn't think this was going to be in color. Everybody knows stuff's better in black and white if you've watched any Andy Griffith. Thanks for completing all the worthwhile tasks in your life for today, so that you could waste a few moments of your life here. Well, you wake up every morning, you eat, get dressed and go. You could be on time for that traffic line before it starts to grow. Yeah, from 9 to 5 you just survive. You dream about quitting time, but you won't find a pear or an apple up there in that tree you've been trying to climb. Well, you got to raise your own fruit, don't you know? You can learn how to do it if you watch an old TV show. Well, I won't live the way they live on the Andy Griffith Show. Well, everybody is a neighbor and life is kind of slow. Well, your troubles and your faults don't matter, just as long as your heart is pure. Just do what's right like Andy, and the good life will be yours. Learn a lesson from Andy and the Goober, Howard Floyd, Barney Fife. Now some will look and say that the onlyest way to be happy is to not have a wife. Got to look a little deeper, 'cause if you're going where you're not that smart, just skimming through the book, you know you're bound to overlook a little chapter called the heart. No, the answers aren't that obvious, you see. Hey, stop and think a minute, I'm sure you'll all agree. Well, I won't live the way they live on the Andy Griffith Show. Well, everybody is a neighbor and life is kind of slow. For all your troubles and faults, it don't matter, just as long as your heart is pure. Just do what's right like Andy, and the good life will be yours. Sometimes you think you'd be so much better off if you could go some other place. But back when Ernest T. Bass put that uniform on, you know, it still didn't turn Romena's face. 'Cause old Ernest T. Bass was still Ernest T. Bass. No matter what he tried to do, and your happiness depends on one thing, friends. That one thing is you. Happiness ain't no place to search and find. Happiness is just a state of mind. Well, I won't live the way to live on the Andy Griffith Show. Well, everybody is a neighbor and life is kind of slow. All your troubles and your faults don't matter, just as long as your heart is pure. Just do what's right like Andy, and the good life will be yours. Just do what's right like Andy, and the good life will be yours. Welcome. If you see me look down here some, it's because that's where the words are. Since nobody ever wants to hear these, I don't play them hardly much. So therefore, I don't know the words. Well, a little bitty redhead finally came with a promise nothing's ever gonna be the same. Another little boy with a lifetime of lessons to learn. Well, his mom was gone, but had Paul. As Pauls go, he got a heck of a draw. Growing up special, everybody gets their turn. Well, he skipped down that path to becoming a man. It was no A-trip, no mortal soul could plan. He remembered and he learned from everything he learned and saw. Yeah, a boy like Opie sure made it all worth it being Paul. Well, Barney just wanted Opie out of the way. He didn't know that Opie was stealing Thelma Lou away. Barney wouldn't tell him why the duck pond is where he wanted to go. But he was Peggy's blood brother and the keeper of the flame. A bullet took his nickels and he felt so ashamed, till it tore into him like a windmill in a tornado. Well, he kicked old Bobby Fleet when he talked mean about his dad. And Horatio, that half a boy, no, it made him feel a little bit sad. And to winking and to blinking and nod, he made a pretty good maul. Yeah, a boy like Opie sure made it all worth it being Paul. Well, you gotta watch everything you say and do. Never know when it's gonna come back to you. You know that preacher's dry as dust, blonde straight from a bottle, and more. Well, we beat them women now, didn't we, Paul? Hit harder than a leg of lamb on the jaw. When you know where they got it all from, you wanna crawl under the floor. But when Charlotte needed that new winter coat, he'd saving up all of his allowance. Didn't that clutch you by the throat? And he was losing his cool till he listened and he saw that a boy like Opie sure made it all worth it being Paul. Yeah, they'll drive you half crazy till they're grown, then you'll look at them and all. Yeah, a boy like Opie sure made it all worth it being Paul. Yeah, a boy like Opie sure made it all worth it being Paul. Okay. Time for a tribute to the most famous bullet in the history of the world. And I'm sorry, Mayberry Minutemen, but it's not the one that got shot to where it was so loud it got heard clean around the world. It's not that one. It's this one. He got a bullet in his pocket. He ain't got no bullet in his gun. He's got a bullet in his pocket. He ain't got no bullet in his gun. Not a one. It won't go into the chamber till it's time to arrest someone. One lonely bullet in his pocket sits waiting for its time. One lonely bullet in his pocket sits waiting for its time. When it quietly slips into the chamber to quickly nip the bud of crime. It ain't no ordinary bullet. And you can tell just one look, that when it comes to bullet maintenance, fast gunfire, he wrote the book. Barnes' bullet is clean and shiny, it ain't green down to the core. He's got to be real careful or it goes back in the drawer. One good bullet fired by one good man, you got one good guess as to where it's gonna land. Well, now you only got one shot now, can't afford to take a chance. Well, now you only got one shot now, you can't afford to take a chance. Yeah. 'Cause when it fires that blue steel, baby, look out, ceiling, windows, floor, and pans. Yeah, when it fires that blue steel, baby, look out, ceiling, windows, floor, and pans. Yeah, if Aunt B would have had any skills at all, then Opie wouldn't have taken pity on her and run down there and got her to stay, and we never would have seen her. Aunt B, well, you came to us helpless, rose when it left us alone and so blue. Well, you could not play baseball or keep your hook in the water, and you let Dickie escape. There was no hope for you. Something inside us said you needed to stay. There was so much you needed to know. Looking back now at the times that we've shared, we were ones who would grow. Aunt B, you're an angel from heaven, come down just to show us the way. Now we live and we laugh, love, since you came one fine day. Aunt B, all your wondrous creations, from pickles to roses, fried chicken and pies, piano and poetry, well, your talents were boundless. Drove on the highway and you soared in those skies. Well, the men all adored you, all but they knew not to try. They could tell you were just too much for one. You're the true Lady Mayberry, foster lady too, and the warden all rolled up in one. Aunt B, you're an angel from heaven, come down just to show us the way. Now we live and we laugh and we love since you came one fine day. In our hearts you'll stay, show us the way. Okay, here's my tribute to Mayberry's greatest songwriter of all time. And when I wrote this, I decided to write it in the style of what was undoubtedly his greatest hit song. Do you know what it is? All right. Hail to thee, Floyd Lawson, he's a barber extraordinaire. 2 chairs, no weight, he is the greatest man to snip a hair. Don't fall asleep when it's your turn, you'll wake up with just a one-side burn. Don't miss the point at Floyd's clip joint, Floyd's tonsorial parlor. A pretty girl with lovely curls, Floyd hired her and got ready. He knew for sure manicure would bring the folks in steady. Well, you did not want that shave, but still, when it was done, you paid your bill. You still got more than you paid for at Floyd's tonsorial parlor. Well, he stood right there for years behind the chair, listen to it all. So when he speaks, you better seek a pen to write down all. Well, he may not know what Calvin Coolidge said, but that voice swirls wisdom all around your head. Of life you'll learn just a turn at Floyd's tonsorial parlor. He's got, he knows a lot, it did not come from college. Cats everywhere lost all their hair as he acquired his knowledge. Floyd has a past that he never tells, but don't we all? Now all is well, and how I yearn for lessons learned, Floyd's tonsorial parlor. I'm getting all choked up. A dandy joke, a nose got broke down at Floyd's tonsorial parlor. A comic book and bets got took, Floyd's tonsorial parlor. All hail, 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 all hail. Oh, how I yearn to have my turn, Floyd's tonsorial parlor. How I yearn for lessons learned at Floyd's tonsorial parlor. Getting all choked up. Okay. Thought some of y'all might want to know, August 19th this year is National Potato Day. That's right. National Potato Day is the first day of National Potato Week. That's right. And we all know what happens on National Potato Week. There's a lot of guzzling going on round here, peculiar for a county supposed to be dry. Barney takes an axe, pow, 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 trying to nip it in the bud. He sends the sauce bye-bye. But up in his room there's a jug of hard cider. If you was to light a match, there's a chance you might ignite it. He's been gassed in the courthouse when the governor came to call. That piano was a-playing, but the music wasn't pretty. Colonel Harvey lit up the Ladies' Aid Church Committee. In the end, Elixir was a fixer-upper, restoring youth to all. Well, holidays and special occasions too. Any other time there's nothing else to do. The cars down at Wally's aren't alone when it comes to getting gassed. Well, Otis rides a bull, but he won't drive a car. He learned in a dream that he could drown on the road. Barney is detecting the best he can, but Otis is the town drunk who lives by a code. The Morrison sisters give Barn a little tip, then they scurry home so they can have a little sip. It's National Potato Week, there's oh so many things they need to do. Well, the baseball breaks a haunted house into pain. Another batch of moonshine's flowing down the drain. And Jubal, Jubal, Jubal Foster made his own till it blew. Yeah, holidays, special occasions too. Any other time there's nothing else to do. Yeah, cars down at Wally's aren't alone when it comes to getting gassed. Yeah, holidays and special occasions too. Any other time there's nothing else to do. Cars down at Wally's aren't alone when it comes to getting gassed. Oh, those cars down at Wally's, they ain't alone when it comes to getting gassed. Don't forget National Potato Week now. Here's a song for a guy that caused more trouble in 5 episodes than all the rest of them did combined in all, what was it, 249 episodes. I've got the title of this song on the back glass of my pickup. Well, there's a crazy little man in the neighborhood. You can see in those eyes he ain't up to no good. He kinda mean and nasty from the stories I've heard. Yeah, he went to the woods to kill a mockingbird. Beware of bad clothes, no credit. They did not like his sentence, now they're gonna regret it. Yeah, when Ernest T. rocks and he starts a commotion all the way from Mrs. Wally's, old man Kelsey's ocean. Every now and then he comes skipping into town, half mad and half crazy, 112 pounds. 112 pounds from his hat to his socks. Board up the windows, lock up the girls when Ernest T. rocks. Well, a hog at Winslow, Raminer, Charlene. Yeah, he's the love-sickest nut that you ever have seen. Well, he kisses real good, just needs a darling to hold. And he's saving up his money for a tooth of gold. Learn how to sing, Mrs. Wiley, how do you do? No coffee, tea, or punch, thank you. Yeah, when Ernest T. rocks, and it starts a commotion all the way from Mrs. Wally's. The old man kills his ocean. Yet every now and then he comes skipping into town, half man, half crazy, 112 pounds. 112 pounds from his hat to his socks. Board up the windows, lock up the girls with Ernest T. Rocks. He don't chew his cabbage twice, and he ain't no courage to. And he loves his mother figure. He hates every single English stir. No jail cell can hold him, and it's more than just a hick. It's much more than just a rock throwing nut. Sometimes he's a nut holding on to a brick. Yeah, well, Ernest T. Rocks, and he starts a commotion all the way from Mrs. Wally's. The old man kills his ocean. Oh, every now and then he comes skipping into town, half man, half crazy, 112 pounds. 112 pounds from his hat to his sock. Board up the windows, lock up them girls when Ernest T. Rocks. With a whole English rider, jump in the fire, fly too high, jump in the fire, fire too black, jump in the crack, crack too high, jump in the sky, sky too blue, jump in canoe, canoe too shallow, jump in the talus too soft, jump in the law too rotten, jump in the cotton. Cotton so white, cotton so white, cotton so white, they stay there all night. That's enough of that. You get the idea. Andy Griffith's show answered a whole lot of life's questions, but it left one question unanswered. It's caused many a debate, and I would like to apologize if listening to this song causes you to go start an argument with somebody later on about it, but it's just in my heart. Well, I never got to see her, but she must have been a prize, and it'd be tough to carry on till you came to realize. Hope you needed a mom, you could use a woman too, yeah. Oh, but you had to be suspicious of the desperate female kind. Any of his best forgotten, Daphne only got you in a bind. Don't forget that room full of women who would point if a quail came through now. How did you wind up with Helen and Andy? Sometimes I don't understand. There were so many who hoped someday they'd finally get a ring on your hand. I guess I never should doubt you, Andy. You always done the right thing. And as I recall, the last I saw you were together, wearing each other's ring. I still can't help but wonder about the ones that got away. Like Sharon to Spain from high school, I guess you both had to go your own way. Oh, and Karen was a babe who could sing and shoot as good as you, yeah. Mary Simpson, that county nurse, man, she could give me a shot every day. And you have to admit, you you ever let her slip away. Oh, and Peggy could have done anything you'd want a woman to do, yeah. But tell me, how did you wind up with Helen and Andy? Sometimes I don't understand. There were so many who hoped someday they would finally put a ring on your hand. I guess I never should doubt you, Andy. You've always done the right thing, and desire to recall the last I saw you were together, wearing each other's ring. Some have their opinions, some will disagree, some will look at the happy ending, finally begin to see, but not me. How did you wind up with Helen and Andy? Sometimes I just don't understand. There were so many who hoped someday they will finally get a ring on your hand, yeah. I guess I never should doubt you, Andy. You've always done the right thing, and as I recall the last I saw, you were together, wearing each other's ring, yeah. Just wearing each other's ring. Yeah. I got the blues for black and white. Mayberry was that scene. I got the blues for black and white, y'all. Mayberry was that scene. We gave up a lot of good time just to get a little color on that screen. Wish I could have a nip with Otis, sing the Dipsy Doodle song, ride a cow and wear a badge, have a sail where I belong. Pick a song with all the darlings, one that might make Charlene cry. Sip some moonshine from the jug, blow along when it goes dry. I like to go and visit, how I wish I could stay. My trouble's gone in half an hour when I trade these blues for my favorite shades of gray. Well, every puzzle has its pieces, every piece has got its spot. Every puzzle has its pieces, every piece has got its spot. Mayberry folk all fit together, took a lot of folks to fill that plot. Well, now the mayors were Pike and Stoner, mechanics Dubin gone. Thelma Lou stayed close to Barney, Howard Sprague stayed close to home. Juanita's at the diner, Emmett's fixing clocks. Sarah rings the telephone, Ernest T is throwing rocks. I like to go and visit, how I wish that I could stay. My worry's gone in half an hour, but I trade these blues for my favorite shades of gray. Everybody's got a story, yeah, there's more than just a few. Everybody's got a story, you know there's more than just a few. Before too long you start to notice, just like Maud, they're starting to get to you, yeah. Well, Ray Hollister was singing while they brewed a batch of shine. Fun girls came a-calling, put Barney and Andy in a bind. can't be made or pickles in the stag lines, Mr. Swamp. Billy, Peg, and Mary, they lost out to Helen Crump. Yeah, I like to go and visit. How I wish that I could stay here. My worries gone in half an hour, but I trade these blues for my favorite shades of gray. I got the blues for black and white. Mayberry was the sea. I got the blues for black and white. Mayberry was that sea. He gave up a lot of good time just to get a little bit of color on that screen. 5 episodes, 0 words. Here's to the cowboy who'd give you his last bite of his peanut butter sandwich. Everybody knows that in a town this small, everybody knows your ma and pa and kin. People walking down the street will stop and visit when they meet an old friend that they'll run into again. Everyone who lives here knows that cowboy without a word to say. He's gentle in his ways, but tough men hurry get out of his way. No thanks, Leon. I don't believe that I'm in need of nourishment today. No thanks, Leon. You wear your peanut butter on your face so well that way. Well, I've never seen him draw that 6-gun hanging on his hip. I guess he's just too busy licking crumbs off of his lip. Or maybe he's preoccupied looking for a sip of something cool to whet his thirst. No one can say. No thanks, Leon, Leon, not today. Some folks don't know cowboy grub like Leon. Even Opie did his best to keep George Foley fed. Sardines, bologna, liverwurst, or sandwiches truly cursed when peanut butter's laying across the bread. Leon knows a peanut butter and jelly sandwich is gonna last the whole day through. And when you've had the last bite, still there's more to carry around with you. No thanks, Leon. I don't believe that I'm in need of nourishment today. No thanks, Leon. You wear your peanut butter on your face so well that way. Well, I've never seen him pull that 6-gun hanging on his hip. I guess he's just too busy licking crumbs off of his lip. Maybe he's preoccupied looking for a sip of something cool to whet his thirst. No one can say, no thanks, Leon, Leon, not today. He knows it's wrong to gossip about the things you've seen and heard. He caught Barney in a dress, he never said a word. Leon's got a heart of gold, his world's a happy place. It's a sticky situation if you get up in his face. Oh, now, no thanks, Leon. draw that 6-gun hanging on his hip. I guess he's just too busy licking crumbs off of his lip. Maybe he's preoccupied looking for his sip of something cool to whet his thirst. No one can say. Well, no thanks, Leon, Leon, not today. I said no thanks, Leon, Leon, not today. This life's got a way driving normal people crazy, making happy people sad. So the secret of it all is finding something to distract you from the things that can make you mad. There's some folks who we all know who found the answer. There's more than just one answer, that's for sure. You got to find that special thing that makes your big toe tap, your old heart sing. A whole lot of different things you can choose to do. Sometimes I turn the TV on just to see how they did it in a time long gone. What works for me probably won't do a thing for you. Just find you something to do. Make sure that for you, make sure it's therapeutic. Make sure it's therapeutic. Oh, make it therapeutic. Head on. You can pick guitar on the porch just right, or sing good old 14A all night. Tickle those ivories with toot, 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 say goodbye. Write and sing a song for Miss Mayberry, while the road ain't Mariah underneath a tree. Say, Judy, 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 if you're not too shy. You can blow in a flute, harmonica, or a jug. You can do a recitation or caterwaul a tune by Doug. Got to find that special thing that makes your big toe tap and your old heart sing. Yeah, there's a lot of different things you can choose to do. Sometimes I turn the TV on just to see how they did it in a time long gone. What works for me probably won't do a thing for you. Find you something to do. Make sure that for you, make sure it's therapeutic. Yeah, therapeutic. Oh, and make it therapeutic. Go ahead on. Forest yellow socks help you dance all night. Make sure you got that judo right. Do a little bowling and eat your pickles up fast. Bake a coconut cream pie, throw you a brick. Take the boat out on Sunday, yeah, that'll do the trick. Or put a bucket on your head and have a think. Or just get gassed. Miss the whole darn thing while you're reading a comic book. Ride a cow around town Don't forget the wedding day hook. Got to find that special thing, makes you big toe tap, old hot sing, a whole lot of different things you can choose to do. Sometimes I turn the TV on to see how they did it in a time long gone. What works for me probably won't do a thing for you. Just find you something to do. Make sure that for you, make sure it's therapeutic. Make sure it's therapeutic. Oh, and if it's therapeutic, just to go ahead on. Ask the count what's in store for you. Watch a little TV there on the loop. Don't go and make a big malaise of it. When you think you've had enough, go ahead and hit your mother-in-law with a leg of lamb. Eat a sandwich, peanut, butter, and jam. Call up the girls, have a little fun. Learn to fly, learn to drive, but don't you hurt no one. Shoot 5 targets and win you a prize. Or sit around the barbershop telling some lie. Get yourself a manicure, it's a heck of a treat. She's a pretty little thing from her head to her feet. She's therapeutic. Otis Campbell, do you think you're really sober? Can you touch your fingertips and hop? Well now, Andy, do I have to do this Peter Piper nose pinching test for drunks? We'll hop up and down and we'll watch old Barney drown. Otis Campbell, this is your subconscious talking. Where is the rave Hollister still? Well now, Andy, we town drunks have a code that we live by. Could you tell the walls, please be still? Make them be still. There's a lot of jails around. Our buddy likes the one he's found, who makes the breakfast like ain't be. Let you be deputy. Otis Campbell, do you think you should be driving? Don't you know you could drown that way? Well now, Andy, I sold that car to Charlie Barney. I grabbed my horse by the horns, slowly ride away. Otis Campbell, Barney Barney is locked up beside you. Gomer made a citizen's arrest. Barney's in jail, Barney's in jail, Barney's in jail. Pipe down, Otis, get some rest. Get you some rest. His hobby is his weakness too. Nobody knows quite what to do. Knows his limits oh so well. Locks himself up in his own cell. Otis Campbell, Mayberry's most distinguished citizen. Nathan Tibbs would be proud of the man you become. Well now, Andy, don't you think it's time for a story? With pleasure, Otis. Here it comes. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Okay, I squeezed a bunch of names in this song here, but I'm sure I left out quite a few, so when you get done listening to this song here, go ahead and get your piece of paper out and make your own list of what all I missed. It's a gateway to danger, and he works without a gun. He needed an enforcer, so he hired his uncle's son. If you plan to run a still or jaywalk anytime, he'll nip it in the bud, stop your pathetic life of crime. They called him lots of things, but they never called him Tattletale. Well, we the people, we know he ain't the best. When he messes up, we'll make a citizen's arrest. We'll disconnect his sidecar when we ain't got much to do, and we'll write things on the sidewalk about old Barney Poo. He was a weak-kneed chicken liver, yellow-bellied turncoat, but they never called him Tattletale. Cream puff, mad dog, Wyatt Earp, he's full of twists and turns. Old music, love and law inside his fire, passion burns. Sucker of the world and that naughty deputy, but Mr. Fife was how he was addressed by Rosemary. Dr. Pendyke, Tiber, Scoop and Squirt, and they never called him Tattletale. Everybody loves him, he's a mighty charming fella, till he cuts loose on good old 14A and acapella. Expert on giraffes and birds and how to raise a child. His body is a weapon, so you best not get him riled. Well, it definitely is no fun when that steel door slams shut. He'll tell you about the rocks to rule, then he'll start to strut, and he'll call the diner for a little trouble check. Skippy comes to visit, rubs perfume on Bernie's neck. Thelma Lou's boy, and you can call him a fool. Don't you ever call him Tattletale. Oh, don't you ever call him Tattletale. you know somebody's coming by the sound you know so well. From inside you hear them shuffle just before they ring the bell. Well, it's more than just a place to run when you need to find a shelter from the rain. Some of life's most precious memories happen there, filled with laughter, joy, and pain. Out on the front porch, where you know that you belong, where you're not off in the middle of a song. Everything else comes and goes, world flies by, it seems. Up here in the front porch is the home of peaceful dreams. We'll hear the birds say, "Hey, I'm feeling good." And look out, it's the cat, till you notice that your foot's asleep. Wonder what causes that. Take a look, that old empty bird cage. How the trees are nice and full, you know. Peel an apple all the way, without a break. Watch the peel dance down below. Out on the front porch, where you know that you belong, where you're not off in the middle of a song. Everything else comes and goes, world flies by, it seems. Up here on the front porch is the home of peaceful dreams. What you hurrying? Stop and set a spell. You got time to make a plan. Eat a bowl of something sweet. Pick a guitar if you can. Give a howl into the night to get the dogs all going crazy for a mile. And forget that TV set makes you lose this life's true pleasures for a while. Go out on the front porch, where you know that you belong, where you're not off in the middle of a song. Everything else comes and goes, world flies by, see. Out here on the front porch, it's the home of peaceful dreams. Well, that's probably about it. Thanks for hanging around here and getting older with me. Go play one more song, but it has absolutely nothing to do with the Andy Griffith Show. except for the main thing. You know, Andy gave advice every episode, 2 or 3 times an episode, or at least. But Barney said that one thing that would solve 99% of the problems of this world. That's what this song's about. Well, I'm sitting here thinking about the troubles and the trials I've been through. All the fighting and the worries, ways I put an end to it all too. No matter the fix that I find myself in, I always seem to find a way to slither out, friend. It's a surefire, can't miss method, but you ought to learn it too. Just nip it in the bud, like a tourniquet that stops that blood. No Barney knew the secret after all, but nipping it is the way to go, no matter how deep or how low you go. When your back's up against the wall, you just nip it. That's all. Well, I went to the mall where shopping ain't nothing but a blur. Couldn't take 2 steps without another verse of, "Can I help you, sir?" I told them all I wasn't there to be a-talking, just a quick little nip, sent them all off a-walking. I don't believe I could have done it any faster if I had a can of mace. I just nipped it in the bud, like a tourniquet stops that blood. But old Barney knew that secret after all. But nipping it in, way to go, no matter how deep or how low you go. When your back's up against the wall, you just nip it, and that's all. Well, I was sitting on the block when I heard the telephone ring. This funny sounding lady said she wanted to know one thing. What internet company service are you on? I grinned hard, hung up, shazam! She was gone. It's amazing how a little bitty button puts an end to everything. When you nip it in the bud, like a tourniquet stops that blood. No Barney knew that secret after all. But nipping it is way to go, no matter how deep or how low you go. When your back's up against the wall, you just nip it, and that's all. Well, when I fell for old Ethel, I didn't think I could ever do without. Till she started talking rings and forever, stuff I ain't never thought about. Said she wanted 7 kids, I'd have to find an extra job. Went to finger pointing, my head began to throb. I just said, "Whoa, Cindy." Oops. No, I didn't even have to show that gal out. I just nipped it in the bud, like a tourniquet stops that blood. Oh, now Barney knew the secret after all. But nipping it is way to go, no matter how deep or how low you go. When your back's up against the wall, you nip it, and that's all. When your back's up against that wall, just a quick little nip does the trick, and that's all. Back's up against the wall, you just nip it, that's all. Well, when your back's up against that wall, you just nip it, and that's all. Well, like I said, thanks for hanging around. Getting older. I want to live that way they live on the Andy Griffith Show. Everybody is a neighbor and that life is kind of slow. Well, your troubles and your faults don't matter, long as your heart is pure. So just do what's right like Andy, and the good life will be yours. Okay, is that dramatic enough for you? Thanks again.